You're right on time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 18th day of November 2025. A very good evening to you, wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kennedy Kimani. Now, a section of the United Opposition led by Wiper Patriotic Front party leader have drummed up support for DCP and United Opposition candidate Stanley Kenga in Magarini constituency in Kilifi County. Speaking during a rally in the constituency, Kalonzo urged the residents to come out in large numbers to vote for Kenga whilst criticizing President Ruto's government. Jacob Ochiro begins our bulletin with the following report.
Stanley Kenga, Stanley Kenga. Kufanya hivyo ni kufanya jambo la kibusara. Huyu jamaa kaibiwa kura, alafu mahakama kuu nchini kasema kura ziliibiwa, na ndio mkarudia mchezo huu. Lakini sio mchezo, hii ni maisha yenu. Maisha yenu hapa kisha baadaye. Kwa sababu mkifanya haki, mkiregeshea Mheshimiwa Kenga huyu haki yake, mtakuwa mmefanya hata mbele zake Mwenyezi Mungu haki. Akaongeza ushuru hapa ambaye analipwa kamshahara yake, ama mama mboga yule alisema atamuinua, yeye sasa anagandamiza kina mama. Vijana boda boda wanagandamizwa, vijana hawana kazi.
Kenga tunasema yeye ni kama mgala muwe, lakini haki mpe. Mtampa haki yake jamani. Tarehe 27 mtampa Kenga haki. Mtarudishia kiti aliibiwa. Mtarudishiwa kura aliibiwa. Wangapi wenye haki hapa niona kwa mikono?
Mimi nataka kuwakumbusheni, yule mtu ambaye amekuwa akiua vijana wetu ni Rais William Samoei Ruto. Amekuwa akinyonga vijana wetu, akiwapiga paka risasi. Yule mtu ambaye ameiba rasilimali ya Kenya ni hii serikali ya Kenya kwisha. Yule mtu ambaye ameiba mashamba Kenya nzima ni hii serikali ya Kenya kwisha.
Thank you so much, Jacob, for that report. Still matters by elections, and the race for Mbeere North is turning into a fierce political duel, with former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and Deputy President Kithure Kindiki pitching camp in the constituency. The two leaders are rallying support for candidates aligned to their respective factions, setting the stage for a high-stakes contest as the battle for influence in the region escalates.
Yes. Karibu.
Yes.
Unajua wenye walivini ni
mtio kama ni
President William Ruto says universities must embrace practical training and invest in retooling lecturers as the country prepares to implement the University Competency-Based Education and Training Framework in 2029. The head of state says the government is committed to ensuring institutions, curricula and faculty are ready for the transition, which aims to produce highly skilled graduates for a competitive global workforce.
Education is very emotive. It's about parents and their children. And you know, all of us as parents, we are very protective about our children. So we had to navigate a very difficult path. But I am very confident today that 3 years down the line, we have straightened the CBC curriculum. We have brought the stakeholders on board. And in fact, we have transitioned from competence-based curriculum to competence-based education and training, what we now call CBET. There is now greater alignment, greater understanding from learners through teachers to parents. Number two, we have more or less solved the problem of teacher shortage. In the last 3 years, by December, by next month, we will have hired 100,000 teachers. Again, to close the gap on teacher shortage. And we have invested more resources, working with members of parliament, working with development partners. We have built an extra 23,000 classrooms across And my instructions to the ministry is that now we expand laboratories by another 1,600, is it, Julius? Yes. 1,600 laboratories, especially in schools that are in remote areas. It is not right that a student comes to do an exam in a laboratory for the first time they are entering a laboratory.
Away from that, and a parliamentary committee is raising alarm of a potential loss of more than 6 billion shillings from the Hustler Fund, saying thousands of borrowers have failed to repay their loans. Members of the National Assembly's Special Funds Accounts Committee now want clarity on the status of the unpaid money and accountability measures in place to safeguard public funds.
So up to now, we don't know whether money is lost, we don't know whether money has been stolen, but we just know we need to audit to know, is the money there, is it safe? So these documents will help us make a ruling whether Hustler Fund is competent or incompetent in its functions.
The CEO has confirmed they have already received 14B from Treasury, from Exchequer, and only 1.4 is the reform. You can mathematically say over 12 billion is already.
Borrowed is not money stolen. So money lost is what is stolen, according to my understanding. But the money is borrowed, it is in people's hands, and some of these are your constituencies. What I've done so far is I'm putting up a collection strategy.
Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission Chairman Dr. David Oginde has said that anti-corruption laws are not the ultimate solution in the fight against graft. Speaking at the annual ICPAK seminar, Dr. Oginde urged Kenyans to exercise integrity in a bid to help the EACC fight corruption.
Is the foundation of the anti-corruption fight. When integrity is eroded, anti-corruption laws are useless. It doesn't matter how many laws. Anti-corruption mechanisms are tools that protect, reinforce, and give effect to the principles of integrity as a human being. And it is where there's human interface where the system fails. That is the reality. It doesn't matter what technology we... The Conflict of Interest Bill that was passed recently, and now is the Conflict of Interest Act 2025, is one of the significant milestones that we in EACC have applauded. It is not to the level that we had originally hoped, but it is much better than what we had.
Moving on swiftly, National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has announced that Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen will be summoned to explain why citizens are still being blocked from accessing the critical documents. This follows widespread frustrations from residents and local leaders in counties like Wajir and Garissa. Tracy Onsoti with more.
Rais alitoa amri na tukakubaliana kule bunge kwamba Mkenya yeyote akienda kupata kipande hapa Northern Kenya na kwingine hakuna masharti yeyote na hakuna malipo. Tumeambiwa masharti haiko, lakini vipande inachelewa kuja. Mimi naenda kuita kwa bunge au wabunge wetu mheshimiwa ambaye anasimamia vipande Kipchumba Murkomen akuje tumueleze, ahakikishe kila mtu akiandikisha kipande isichukue zaidi ya wiki 2 kipande kufika hapa. Na hao wabunge wetu wote nitawaitia Murkomen next week ili mumuulize maswali mbele yangu aweze kusaidia wananchi vile wananchi wanasaidia kwingine.
There is no production of IDs from Northern Kenya. So we are asking, when are we getting the IDs? Vetting has been removed. The IDs are not coming back. Who is this sabotaging His Excellency the President? Why is production a problem? Something must be done about the production of IDs.
Now, a major disruption in the transport sector is expected to hit Nairobi this Wednesday after several matatu SACCOs threatened to suspend operations and head to the High Court. The operators are protesting a directive of the Nairobi County government that bars matatus from picking up or dropping off passengers at petrol stations within the CBD. Glory Githinji tells us more.
Nairobi residents are warned to prepare for tension this week after several matatu SACCOs announced they will halt transport services and proceed to the High Court in a peaceful demonstration. The dispute arises from a directive issued by the Nairobi County government restricting matatus from using petrol stations within the city center as pick-up and drop-off points.
We serve expeditiously. I can confirm that we have served. And probably I don't know which court, because that day all the matatu will push their tools down to come.
Led by lawyer Dunstan Omari and Stanley Kinyanjui, the operators say that the case before Justice Chacha Mwita may attract more than 1 million investors, workers and passengers who are expected to show up in solidarity. In their court document, the matatu operators argue that implementing the directive just weeks before the December festive season will cause severe disruption in the transport sector and unnecessary suffering to the public.
While we have given notice to the public that the matatu sector will be in court with their vehicles and with their people to hear their matter so that the judge can tell them where do they go and how will governance of public sector proceed after Wednesday when the judge gives directions. So we hope
the SACCOs are asking the High Court to issue conservatory orders stopping the implementation to the directive and barring the county government from interfering with the operations at Total, Ola and other petrol stations that they are using. They are also seeking enforcement support from the OCS Kamukunji and the OCPD Starehe should the court grant the orders. Reporting for Newswatch, my name is Glory Nkatha.
Thank you so much, Glory, for that report. Now, a man has appeared in court for allegedly impersonating a Kenya Defence Forces officer, with authorities seeking 7 days to conclude investigations. Joshua Mutui Mwemi was arrested in Eldoret wearing a full Kenya Air Force uniform and reportedly issuing fake recruitment letters. Police recovered ministry-branded documents and admission letters prompting charges as investigations continue into the alleged scam.
Seven days to me, it will be traumatizing. Both of taking medicine. I was sleeping on that floor, on that cement. It is traumatizing. My family is not in Nairobi, so I stayed around here. I plead this court, because this is my first case.
It's an interesting scene right there. Well, it's exactly 14 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with more news. See you on the other side.
Hi everyone, my name is George Gishoro, a presenter with Hope TV. Thank you so very much for continuing to support us by watching all our programs. Now, we would love to serve you even better. Now, we want to know where you are watching us from and the strength of the signal. You can scan the QR code and ensure that you answer all the questions in ensuring that you are getting us loud and clear with crystal pictures. So go ahead and fill in the QR code so that we can serve you better right here at Hope TV, where you look and live.
What if your pain had a purpose? What if your past was just a beginning of a greater story?
Gotten to another level because now I could not do anything without it, and now it became like a poison. I take it today, it grounds me for 3 more days.
If I had not read the Bible, when I read the Bible, it just confirmed all the more that I had an encounter with the Lord, because I told him, Lord, why have you come to me
From the streets to the sanctuary, from the prison yard to the pulpit, real people are sharing the power of God's transforming love. No matter where you've been, God can rewrite your story.
So I got him, I just called, and by luck, he picked up the phone. Whoa. I explained everything and what I was feeling. Wow. He started praying in tongues immediately over the phone, and that thing, whatever it was, it stopped.
Join me, Sharon Aitore Wangenye, for Testify every Thursday at 8 p.m. as we listen through the journey of hope, healing, and redemption through the voices of people just like you.
And when you're running away from God, there's only the fire you can run.
Yeah.
I stand here as a witness that God catches up.
These aren't just stories, they are testimonies. Don't just watch. Testify.
There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. You're watching Hope TV Newswatch. Now let's get down to business. Absa Bank Kenya has posted a 15% rise in net earnings to 16.9 billion shillings for the 9 months to September, driven by stronger non-interest income as the lender diversified its revenue streams, despite a flat overall revenue performance and a 5% dip in net interest income. CEO Abdi Mohammed says the results reflect steady progress in executing the bank's strategy and supporting customers' growth. Swiftly, Kenya Power and Lighting Company has reported a major surge in tenders awarded to youth, women and persons with disabilities, hitting 3.5 billion shillings in the year ending June 2025, a 470% jump from the previous year. The utility says targeted sensitization forums helped special groups tap opportunities under the AGPO framework, with youth-owned firms taking the largest share.
AGPO is access to government procurement opportunities, and these are to the groups that we think are now women, youths, and persons with disability. I said last year we were intentional in meeting the youths, intentional in sensitizing them, intentional in actually training them, and out of those initiatives, I think this year we've done very well. Out of a target of 5.6 billion, we achieved 3.5 billion, which to me is 62%. We have never hit over 50% with a lot of happiness the way we did last year. It is a target that is worth celebrating. We saw a lot of good uptake by the youths and even the women. We will keep encouraging, and now that we hit over 50%, we are at 62%. We are hopefully that in this year, the only thing that I can say we need to overcome is to train them in EGP, which is now the big camel in the house. We ensure that we train them. We ensure that they are sensitized.
Now, the government says it will review levies, taxes and other indirect costs on agriculture to help farmers earn better returns from their produce. Officials indicate that the move aims to reduce financial burdens on the sector, boost productivity and ensure that farmers benefit more from their harvest while strengthening the nation's food security.
Increased, but expenditures have increased more. So when you don't match revenues, what happens? You have to borrow. And we have borrowed more.
If you are earning in a month a figure of about 26,000 below, then you don't pay tax. Annually about 317,000, you don't pay tax. But anybody earning above that has got to pay tax.
I'll do my best to ensure that this multiple charging across county borders will really come back in every engagement that we've had with the private sector.
On ICT, we will never increase the amount of land that we have, but we can increase the productivity per acre that we have, and that can only come through technology.
And to some sporting action now. More than 1,500 athletes have signed up for this year's Great Chepsite across country, with registration officially closed ahead of the December 4th showdown. Athletics Kenya President Jack Tuwei says the early closure follows World Athletics regulations as organizers use the event to raise education funds for needy learners in Tarbo.
And today we came here to come and confirm whether everything is in place, whether all the preparations have been done, whether the program is ready, and whether we are all ready. We don't want to wait until the last minute to come and check and to come and find out. Maybe we could have been here earlier on so that we correct one or two things. I'm told already that the registration is already complete and closed. For the first time, this has been closed 3 weeks before because of the details and the requirements of the rules and regulations. But Kenya is also in a different level when it comes to athletics. And we want to make sure that all our events are properly organized, properly done, properly recorded, and all that, so that we don't get into any issue that may give us a negative point.
Locals here are very ready because there are many benefits they have been getting through this event, especially those who are selling their food, the mamas around here. So when we have such an event, they sell more and get more profit. So a lot of money is left in this.
Now, the fourth leg of the Bingwa Fest Season 2 is in full swing across Nairobi, where football, rugby, basketball and athletics teams are chasing a share of the 17 million shillings prize pot. Defending champions Leeds United and Embakasi South Ladies are back to protect their titles as action builds towards Sunday's showdown at Nyayo Stadium. Well, sport is done. Just to update you, I'm sure most of you have actually watched the game. Harambee Stars have been beaten by AFCON reigning champions, Senegal, 8-0. You know, some of you think that is the worst results we've had as Harambee Stars, but allow me to just mention a few results that worst Harambee Stars defeats in history. In the year 1932, actually, Uganda, our neighbors, beat Harambee Stars 13-1. In 1965, Ghana beat Kenya 13-2. In 1978, Zambia beat Harambee Stars 9-0. And in October 2021, Mali actually thrashed Harambee Stars 5-0. I hope this will take our team to the drawing board and focus on the future of Kenyan football. Well, with that, to come to the end of our news tonight, many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. Really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kennedy Kimani.